What would you say the advantages of a weekly newspaper or the newspaper business in general that the other media sources maybe can't offer to, say, the general public?
Okay, let me answer that question in two ways. The weekly newspaper, has a function of summarizing, updating the news, going into a lot of detail, more so than the daily paper. Many people who subscribe to a daily newspaper will also subscribe to a weekly newspaper because they feel that they can get a more in-depth another view of the news. A black weekly newspaper has an added function. The black newspaper has the function of sometimes interpreting the news with a slant toward the black community, and sometimes it's the news of the day. Sometimes it's the news that's hidden, the news that may appear not to even be there. So there really are no advantages. It's a big job in producing any newspaper, but they just have different functions.
Okay. And if a person is listening in or viewing in, and they may have an interest in communication, specifically in journalism or the print media, what educational background would you urge them to pursue?
Okay, I would suggest that a student, first of all, make good grades in English especially. Don't shy away from any of the courses. For instance, a journalist really needs to know a lot about everything, and not just journalism. To know how to write and not know anything to write about, really useless. In going to college, a person needs to take all of the courses that are prescribed in journalism, of course, and as many other electives that will guide them toward a specific area of interest. Now, if a person is interested, for instance, in television reporting, or if they're in a specific field, you take not only those courses that you're interested in that relate to your career, but also that particular field. There's another area that I'd like to mention that many people overlook, and that is technical writing. There are a lot of people that really don't know that there are hundreds of other fields that you can go into besides television reporting and news reporting for a newspaper. And now the technical writing is a combination of two careers. Say, for instance, if you want to be, you have some inclination for insurance, you want to know about insurance, you like insurance, so you learn insurance and you also learn how to write. You put those two together and you become a technical writer, a highly paid technical writer. Okay, and that's just another form of communication, of writing. Mr. Porter, one last question before I go back to Ty. You mentioned that the Inner City News, you issue it out free, or is free to the public. Where would an individual pick up copies of the Inner City News in Mobile? There are about 150 places in Mobile where you can find Inner City News. They are located in grocery stores, convenience stores, churches, other kinds of businesses, from 8 Mile to down the Bay area and all areas in between. So when people are in and out of the convenience stores, package stores, grocery stores, beauty salons, they should just look around and see some of the brochures. Some of those are Inner City News.